I'm going to bring in Dr. Peter, and let's just have this conversation now. Dr. Peter Chin Hong, professor, UCSF Health Division of Infectious Diseases. And we are probably going to get into something you're not really wanting to talk about on a Friday morning, but that is with every day that goes by, you see more and more in the news about monkeypox. Dr. Peter, you're turning back time. Every time I see this guy, he's turning back time. Is it water? Is it vitamins? Is it just being a doctor and knowing how everything operates? What is it?
I don't know, Ryan. I mean, I feel that maybe it's just having less COVID around or feeling better about the tools we have. Maybe it's just feeling that I'm seeing more friends now because we are getting a little bit back to normal. So, yeah. But then there's monkeypox.
All right, so let's get into this. I don't want to get into the weeds on it. I think the things that are on my mind, you hear monkeypox. You hear there's this window in which we can try to control it. But if we lose that window, it's a whole different story. What do people mean when they say that?
It means, Ryan, that right now we're seeing it in 75 countries around the world simultaneously. And these are countries that don't normally see monkeypox transmission. So if we don't control the outbreak now, not meaning to be alarmist, it could become endemic, meaning that if somebody comes in with a rash 10 years from now in the United States, who hasn't traveled, you'd have to think, hey, that might be monkeypox. And we don't want to get to that place where it has to be part of the things that we need to worry about day to day.
But we looked at the first couple of cases of COVID and how exponentially that turned into multiples and multiples and multiples. How do we keep that from happening here?
Well, I think that the good news about monkeypox is that we already have a PCR test, we already have a vaccine, and we have drugs to treat it, the most serious cases. But the problem is we don't have enough of things, and now is the moment. Time is of the essence. We learned then from COVID that if you try to tackle things early on, it gets better than if you left it for later on. So right now it's kind of a vulnerable time, and that's why people are anxious.
How is it passed along?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I think when you look at guidance, they often look like lists of things that, the other day somebody asked me, should they modify their activities in a thrift store? They wanted to go to a thrift store and try and some clothes. And I said, don't worry about it, because even though you read the list, it could be transmitted by linens and bedding and things like that. It's not really out in the general population. And we're talking about prolonged contact, skin to skin. That's the main thing. Mm-hmm. That's in the biggest font. And then after that, but that includes like cuddling and hugging and things like that. But you have to be there for many hours. And after that, maybe
I am so not a cuddler.
Yeah.
Hours of cuddling.
I
Tanya,
hope it would be
obvious.
I do love that.
But that is a little bit scary, because if it does come into the mainstream, you're talking about laying on hotel bed sheets, or you're talking about the thrift store or trying on clothes.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like that, because again, it's the way I think about it is the analogies we have to COVID. So in COVID, the main action is, the aerosols and the droplets. In monkeypox, the main action is the skin to skin. In both COVID and monkeypox, surfaces are not really the big thing. It could be possible, but it's not really the main way the virus is trying to get to you. Plus, the virus isn't even trying to get into a human. It's trying to get into a rodent. We just happen to be there. That's why it takes a little bit more to get monkeypox, say, than the human version, which is smallpox, which was eradicated.
Wow.
Oh, I love having you on, but I don't love all these conversations
That was
all the time.
a little heavy.
Man. Right?
I know they're a little bit heavy.
The rodent part.
We need to know. We need to understand.
The only positive thing so far in our conversation was the cuddling part. I do like cuddling.
All right. Well, we'll check back in with you, but I hope we see the numbers not grow exponentially,
right,
as we've seen with other things in the past.
We have the technology, Ryan, so we're in a different place. We just are ramping up to implement them. So
that's good to know.
I think we still have time.
All right, Dr. Peter, thanks again. Take good care. We'll see you soon.
You too. Bye.
All right.